Okay, so the next thing I want to do is show you how to connect your SonarCloud projects to your local IDE. So if you just installed the SonarLint plugin into IntelliJ, which is what we'll start with, and we talked about this in an earlier lesson on how to do that, how to install SonarLint, and you can see it run the rules. It's going to use kind of the default rule set for SonarLint. But if you configure a custom quality profile within SonarCloud and you apply that to your project, now you're going to have a disconnect between what your development team might be seeing locally versus what's going to be analyzed when you commit your code or when you perform the analysis through SonarCloud. So we want to sync those two things up. We can make that really easy to do. So what I did, let's go to quality profiles. I'm going to show you how I set this up to start with. I created just this, let's call it DM few rules. Okay, so we'll go in here and you can see that I have two active rules here. And I've changed my project, my code quality test project, to use this particular quality profile. Let's go take a look at the rules that I added. It's just code smells. Standard outputs should not be used directly to log anything. Sections of code should not be commented out. So that's the quality profile that I've applied to this project. And now I want to use that quality profile from my IDE. So right now, I'll show you what I have set up. It's the same thing we looked at before. This is really the exact same setup as we looked at in an earlier lesson. I haven't changed anything at this point. If I go and I analyze my code, here is the code that I've analyzed with SonarLint, and I have 16 issues. But I did an analysis against this quality profile, and here's what it looks like. I have 7 code smells. Right? And I don't have any bugs or vulnerabilities because I didn't put any bugs or vulnerabilities into my quality profile. I don't recommend doing this, but I'm just trying to demonstrate to you that you can customize these things. So now I have a disconnect between what IntelliJ is telling me through the SonarLint plugin and what SonarCloud is telling me because I've changed my quality profile. So I want to connect these things together. Now, the first thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to go into my run configuration and I'm going to grab my token that I created originally. I'm going to go to settings. And right here, I'm going to do add a SonarQube server configuration. I'm going to choose SonarCloud right here. And let's call this code quality test 1. So it's really kind of matching the project. I'm going to put my token in there. Okay, and it's going to pull organizations. All right, so now I'm seeing everything. So remember, SonarCloud, you can use it for free if you're willing to share your code with the world or let the world see your code and your bugs and everything. And so you're seeing a whole bunch of stuff. It's really everything that's out there. So I'm just going to start typing. All right, I'm going to find this. That's my organization. Next, and I'm going to finish. Okay, and it's going to update all the bindings and everything and pull those across. There's one more thing that I've got to do in order to make this work. So I have to flip over to SonarLint project settings, enable binding to remote server. I'm going to pick this right here, and then I'm going to choose my project. Apply that. Okay. All right. Now let's rerun my analysis. Now I have 7 issues. The commented outlines of code and the system out, system error, replacing that with a logger. That now matches up with what's going on over here. So I've got the exact same rules being applied. So this is something where if you really want to apply some consistency to your team, you want to make sure that everybody's using the exact same thing. You don't want to have a situation where your team goes in and says, well, you know, here I'm going to put in the SonarLint, but I'm going to turn off this or I'm going to turn that on. And now everybody's using a different set of rules than their other team members or other people who are developing. And those sets of rules could be different from what you're analyzing and you're looking at your dashboards. And so it could become a very inconsistent way. It almost sort of negates some of the value of using SonarQube to automate your code quality analysis. So this is a really cool way to really centralize the rules that you're applying to your code. And then, of course, you can override severities and things like that. So that's how to do this with IntelliJ. Next, we're going to take a look at how to do this with Eclipse.